Like I said, I did post a link in the description, once again, for those of you that did not hear me say this. There's a link in the description telling you how to not actually fight in this chapter, because you can actually manage to free all the soldiers and get to the escape area here without alerting any of the guards. However, in doing so, you're going to miss out on some treasure chests, a couple over here, and you're also going to miss out on experience. And I would rather take the experience. So, with that being said, let's go ahead and get started here. Usually the first thing I do is alert the guards, and by doing that, you can just kill on them right here. So this will give you an idea of how strong Leaf is. 16 times 2, that guy's no chance. Like, whatsoever. Now, even if you manage to kill the guard, this is something I kind of hate, but it kind of makes sense. Even if you manage to kill the guard, they are going to sound the alarm. They're going to say enemy soldiers, and then they'll die. And then once that happens, then the guard will be alerted. So they can't see you, you can't kill them, you have to outright avoid them. That one will drop a door key, which I guess will come in handy. And once you have alerted the guards, they'll say the defenses have been breached, what are your orders? Try to capture them alive, which they will not, they'll try to kill you. And you'll get a bunch of reinforcements, a couple right here, some right there, and a few off to the side right here. Not seriously bad reinforcements, but you definitely want to make sure that these guys are here. And then once you're spotted, don't even bother, you know, trying to dodge them at that point. You might as well just fight. Let's go ahead and attack. See if Ileana can't knock this guy out. Really, the issue here is just walling off and making sure that that archer can't get one of your more frail units. If you can get him out, you're pretty much set. So let's go ahead and knock you out. I will probably keep the animation for Volk on, because while he will not be attacking, he might get attacked. So if you want to see what the animation looks like, I'll keep it on. Steel sword? That'll work. Takes care of you. That's not quite enough, but we might as well do it. And then I can finish him off. Yep, just enough. Once those guys are out of the way, pretty much you're set. Unless the boss gets you, that's really the most difficult part of the chapter if you had alerted the guards. Let's bring Rolf out here a little bit. I'm not going to have Volk get too close here. I'm going to keep him somewhat at a safe position, because I know he can very easily get attacked if I put him too far forward. Those knights can prove to be a little bit troublesome, but they're not too bad. Once again, there's kind of areas they can wall off pretty well that will either force them to go around, or they'll just try to go through the wall. So either way, you've got a pretty good chance of getting through this without much issues. Not without many issues. So right here you get a little bit of conversation between the different people that are trapped. I care not if they pull out my nails with tongs or insert pins into the soft flesh of my underbelly or yank. Yeah, Braum is actually not a professional soldier whatsoever. If only I had a weapon of something. Yeah, that's the problem with being captured, is they take away your weapons. I'm surprised they didn't hear the guard yell enemy soldiers like, if this guy heard it, then clearly these two heard it. Probably she heard it as well, but, you know, whatever. Okay, so now that those guys are taken care of, there are not, there aren't going to be any more reinforcements on this map, so don't even worry about them. Once the ones initially show up, you're good. So at this point, feel free to run forward. Oscar's got high movement, so keep that in mind. I'm going to turn Leaf's animation off, keep Volk's on. I would recommend getting rid of these first two guys with either Leaf or Oscar, depending on who you sent forward. Kind of up to you. Both of them will probably be able to take him out unless Oscar's gotten really bad in the way of strength. If that's the case, then send Leaf, because since you just got Leaf, she will be able to take him out. Let's go ahead and open this door. Note that you can actually break the door. If you select break right here, you can just break it down instead, which I'll give you an example. How about the longbow? This thing's not very useful. The doors have a lot of health, though, but if for whatever reason you would rather, you know, use up weapon usage for it, then by all means go for it. It will add to your weapon level, though, so that might be something worth keeping in mind. Anybody lacking in health? Least lacking, like, 1 HP, but whatever. Over here. There we go. Okay, they can't reach one measly soldier up there. I might be able to kill him with Volk. We'll find out. Can we get a... Well, I was hoping he would be able to do more damage than that. Okay, here's the plan. Knock out this guy first. Okay. We wall this area off. Yes, I am aware that this is a fire mage. That actually works really well, because if Rolf can do even 1 HP of damage, he'll get the kill on that guy. Sweet. Yeah, that'll do it. Very nice. He's gonna drop that chest key, so I'm not gonna bother stealing it. You actually do get experience for stealing. It's only 10, but you do get experience for it. Normally I would not bother doing this, but since I'll go ahead and show the attack. Oh, nice. It didn't kill him, but you got a critical, so at least you can see what that looks like. Don't think... Actually, we might be able to trick this guy. If he's stupid enough, he'll fall for this. The reason I unequipped Mia's weapon is because if they're stupid enough, because sometimes they are, in fact, dumb enough to do this, if he's dumb enough to go for it, he's going to attack the person that cannot counterattack him, which might be Mia. He might go for Rolf as well, but he's got 2 different people that he would be able to do more damage to without getting hurt besides Volk, so he may not go for Volk. I would put my money on saying he's either going to go for Rolf because he can't counter and he can do a decent amount of damage, or Mia because she can't counter and he has a chance of doing a decent amount of damage if he doesn't miss. Yep, going for Rolf. Which is fine, because at this point Rolf can at least take 1 hit. Okay. No, that's not enough. Sword might not be able to double. Oh, that's just enough. I was hoping that I could get somebody here who wouldn't be able to knock him out. That'd be 8. That'd leave him with 6. We can do that. Assuming Volk doesn't get another critical, which he might. Yep, he did. Oh well, what are you gonna do? Okay, enough wasting experience. I know all the pros are like, what are you doing? You're wasting experience. Yeah. The knife has a small crit chance on it. It's not like Ilionda's Elf Thunder high, but thieves naturally have a pretty good crit chance. Even though they don't do much damage, they do have a chance at it. Okay, let's talk to this guy. Sephirin. Yes, this is a dude. You there, we've come to rescue you. Ah, you're not a soldier, are you? Clothing gives you away. How about the fact he was locked in a cell would also tell you that he's probably on your side. He's a pilgrim. He was arrested near my village where he was tending to wounded Crimean knights. Awesome. Now, this actually confused me a lot the first time I played, so I'll talk about this while I'm going through the next couple turns. First, we're going to get rid of you because you tried to kill me. Jerk. One of the things that confused me a lot, and if you haven't played before, it might get you too, is I expected, honestly, whenever you would go and free the prisoners of war, that every single one of them would turn into an ally unit, and that you would give them the option to escape. Not all of them do. In fact, one of these guys you can't even really talk to with Ike. You could talk to him with Oscar. You probably saw who it was. You can talk to him with Oscar, and then they'll make some sort of response, but otherwise they won't. So, kind of interesting. Because you would expect them to, you know, like, try to, now that they're free, they might try to run to the escape area. At least Sephirin, he does not. Nephany will turn into another unit that you can control. Same with Braum. Kieran, however, I'm not sure. I don't remember what talking to Oscar with him does, in fact, so I guess we'll find out. Okay, who got beat up pretty bad? Volk got beat up pretty bad, so let's go and heal him. And also turn his animation off as well. There we go. Get rid of you. Alright, so that's pretty much the bottom half of the map cleared. Ike's probably not going to be doing much this map, to be perfectly honest, so if you expected him to be like a front runner, he probably won't be, because he's busy talking to the people that are, you know, in the cells and whatnot. Sephirin, Nephany, Braum, etc. So just be prepared that that will likely be the case. And I actually should have moved Mia up here, not Oscar, because I think Oscar needs to talk to Kieran. Go ahead and heal Mia real quick since she got hit. Now what I could do is I could just let Oscar run back and use Leaf, but I don't want to waste the experience. And in addition to that, this is a pretty good opportunity to get Oscar to level 20 right now. So what I'm going to do is just let him attack. I know the Steel Lance, assuming I didn't get that critical, I know the Steel Lance would have killed him while the Iron Lance would not have, but I'm also, you know, a weapon level up wouldn't hurt either. And that was actually a really good level right there. He doesn't need speed too badly right now, so that was very good actually. Okay, we'll leave that there. That's not what I was trying to do. Leaf is the only one that needs to move still. Alright, well, I'm going to have her work on breaking this door down. If she can't get it before she transforms back, then oh well. Leaf is kind of like Titania right now, except I will actually be using Leaf at some point, as opposed to Titania where she was just a meat shield the entire time. Because Leaf can actually turn into a good unit. Titania will not. That probably got him pretty close to, about halfway to level 21. I might try to get him to this class change in the level, actually. Okay, let's open the door. Let's see, 53. I am thinking about it. How far can Mia go? Cause no, she can't move right here. Yeah, we'll go and move him back for now. The plan will be to have Mia be about right there and Rolf be here, or maybe move her a little bit farther forward. You have to get in these guys' ranges for them to actually run. They do have ranged weapon, all three of them will, so fair warning about that. If you can go ahead and break this. Oh right, she had a door key. I forgot about that. The first guard she killed dropped one, so. Rolf is still injured, so I need to heal him next turn. Just move everybody else forward. Enemy will take their turn, which they're probably not going to do anything. Others won't do anything. Now, she did not pick up a chest key, did she? She did not. Volk actually has it, so... You do want to trade that over to somebody because the chest key obviously opens treasure chests, and that means you don't have to pay 50 gold per lock. Same thing with the door keys, so keep that in mind as well. Okay, we'll move you down here. Next turn we'll get both of those conversations. How far do I need to go to get your attention? Right there? Okay. I have a feeling the guy with the javelin will probably go after Rolf if I put him in range, so I gotta get prepared for that because I do not want Rolf to die. I suppose I could break this door as well. That's not a lot of damage, though. We'll just see if we can get some weapon levels off of it, I guess, with Ileana. Not all the doors have the same durability, though. Some of them will only have 20, some will have 40, some will be like this and they'll have 60. Just kind of depends. You can actually scroll over the door at the top and it says door strength 48 in your top left corner, so it will let you know how strong the door is. Alright. Hi. It's you. Pardon? And then he takes his helmet off, yes. This is a recurring theme in both Path of Radiance and Radiant Dawn. This is actually Kieran, who is apparently rivals with Oscar. Oscar really doesn't know what he's talking about, but Kieran has made Oscar his sworn rival, which is really strange. Where's your pride gone? This is just like, what is even going on? Let's move back. Thankfully we have Kanto. Hey dude, what's up? Now we have to move. Cramps. Cramps everywhere. This way. Alright. No time to explain. Yep, we gotta go. So now what we're going to do is direct them and target. For now, I'm going to say right here. Because if you actually have the ally units escape, you get bonus experience for that. So, interesting little tidbit. I didn't know that until about my 4th playthrough or so, and then I was like, oh, that's actually a very useful piece of information, which I wish I had known earlier. Let's try to move them one more square forward. Usually they'll come out and go after you. I'm kind of surprised they haven't thus far. I think anybody's hurt terribly. No, not really. Okay. I will trade this to you for the door key, because I don't really need that. You can go pick that up. Unnecessary healing, because I need her to get her weapon level up right now. Well, not right now, but I would like to get it as soon as I possibly can. Partners will move. So Kieran does turn into an ally unit, but you cannot talk to him with Ike. In fact, you can't even interact with him. It won't give you a talk command, and it's not like he won't join you. It has to be Oscar with Kieran. With the other 3, it's going to be Ike. Sephirin will not move, though, no matter what you do, so don't worry about him. And in this chest we have a statue fragment, which I really don't care about. It basically increases your build. What build is basically, it's not very important. It's basically the weight of your character. So, for example, I have a good one in motion right here. Yeah, here we go. Mist has a build of, where is hers? On here. It should be somewhere on her. Oh, it's right. It's not under build. It's under weight. Right here. This affects the non-mounted unit's ability to shove. So Mist has a weight of 5. Volk has a weight of 11. Mist cannot shove Volk, yet Volk can shove Mist. So the higher your weight is, the better chance that your unit has at shoving other units. If your weight is lower than theirs, they are not able to be shoved. That's basically how it works. I don't use the shove command a lot, though. You might use it with ally units, or maybe just to move them 1 square forward, but I typically don't use it that often. And usually you can tell who's got a higher weight, because, I mean, Mist is obviously younger, she's lighter, she's obviously not a thief as well, so obviously she's going to be weighing much less than Volk will. So usually you can tell without much difficulty. I'm still very surprised this guy has not come after us. I'm going to wait until I got a relatively heavy hitter here, though, before I start trying to move towards it, because I know for a fact the boss does move in this map, so watch out for that. He will move. Keep breaking this door. It's about gone, thankfully. Really? This guy's still not going to move? What happened if I switch to a different weapon? Would he come after me then? He might, I don't know. The enemy's weird. They make really strange decisions sometimes. Like, on one hand, they're very calculated. On this, at the same time, sometimes they just make really weird decisions. Still not going anywhere, huh? Alright then. Let's get rid of the door. Another option you have as well is you can go around the side right here, which I probably should have done. I think I'll take Leaf and Soren over here. Which I know is a very winning combination. They don't like each other at all, but the person I want to support Leaf with we do not have yet, so if you're wondering why, or if you're wondering who I'm actually trying to A-support with, it's not Soren. I don't think you can A-support with her, actually, Soren Leaf. I can check, but I'm pretty sure she does not get supports through that. In the meantime, I'm just going to... Ike's already moved. Volk, I don't need you to move right now. Yeah, we'll just do nothing. And then I will check her supports very quickly. Yeah, she can support with them. She can support with Ike, Renulf, and 2 other characters that we have not seen yet. So I will not spoil either one of those. But no, not with Soren. Ike, move forward and talk to the final person here, which is Nephany. And I like how Braum was confused, Kieran doesn't trust anybody, Sephirin was grateful, and Nephany's just like accepts it at face value. She's like, alright, you got me out of here, let's go, man. Alright, there we go. Actually, I don't know, maybe I should take Oscar around the side, because I know Leaf will She won't hog the experience, but she won't get as much experience, so it'd probably be better to take... or have Oscar be out in front here. You guys are all okay. Volk's okay. Ike should be fine. Leaf has a little bit of damage. Not much, but might as well. Wait a turn. Okay, they're not really in the way, thankfully. I know this seems kind of dumb, but in all honesty, these guys can hit pretty hard. These guys at the end, surprisingly. Both the knights with the javelins. Keep in mind, this is a halberdier. This is a class change soldier. For those of you that don't remember, Nephany is actually a soldier unit, so whenever she class changes, that's what she'll look like. Obviously, different armor color, but still. This guy is class changed, and he can hit pretty hard, actually. Steel Blade with a power of 11 hit his strength of 17, so he can hit pretty hard. He doesn't have very much speed, though, so he's probably not going to be able to double anybody, which is nice. Okay, we'll switch over here. Go ahead and show you where the guy's movement is, in case you were curious. I want them to go after the people on the top, though, not the... Okay, they're not going to bite. Okay. I know for a fact these guys can move. I've seen them do it before, but they're not biting today. I'm trying to fish for them, but they ain't having it, so... That's over half my health at the same time. It's not going to do much damage. He's going to do even less, and his accuracy is less, so... I have a feeling this guy will not hit. If he does, we can rescue. If he misses, thankfully he did, then Oscar can kill him. Or Rolf could kill him, for that matter. I might actually do that. Oscar, how's your shot against this guy? Yeah, get rid of this guy. I'm more concerned about him. The class change units are usually the ones you gotta watch out for this early on. Alright, he's gone. And he actually... Yeah, see how much experience that guy dropped? That's because he was a class changed unit. They do drop more experience for that, so that was why. Can Mia rescue Rolf? Yeah, she can. Okay. Here's the plan. Because this guy is not within range, and he doesn't have a projectile. This guy is, though, and I do not want Rolf getting hit by a Myrmidon, because he would probably attack twice in one round. But I do want the experience for Rolf, so let's knock this guy out. Get a good chunk of experience for that. And then, well, we could just shove him out of the way, too. Yeah, because he can't reach right there, so we'll just shove him there. If this guy really is not going to move, then he can't reach Rolf. I'm actually very surprised they don't move. I know for a fact they can. That's really strange. Move everybody forward, basically. One more. Come on. There you go. Nice. Yeah, he's not biting. That's really strange. Alright. I'll take it. That's just really weird. I honestly thought he would move. That should do it. Not for a kill. Remember, I'm trying to set up Rolf for kills. Unless Soren gets adept. Yeah, he did. Okay, that's fine. Worst case scenario is Soren gets the experience, and he needs it too. Once he gets to Sage, he's pretty much set for a decent amount of time. And he also gains a very useful ability whenever he promotes into Sage, as well as Liliana. It's something very useful, especially on higher difficulties. Like, you're really going to want that ability. You'll see it when we get there, though. Okay, Oscar is pretty close to class changing, so I'm actually going to let him stay out. Well, maybe not. Yeah, Oscar, if anybody can tank the damage, it's going to be Oscar. So, Iron Lance. None of these guys have projectiles. No sword user will have a projectile that's not a magic-based sword, but none of these guys do. So, anybody that you want to do ranged attacks with, just have at it. He's a little beat up, not much, but every little bit helps, so... This is an example of using the shove command, even though it really wasn't required, but obviously Ike weighs more than Mist. You can tell that just by looking at him. Just in case. Yeah, move some more units down here. I can't actually tell the ally units to move over to the escape, because it's safe to go there now. So I'll have to do that next turn. If Oscar gets his class change, I'm going to swap him out for Mia, which he should be able to get it from this kill right here. I'm hoping he'll probably get the other Myrmidon because usually the boss moves last, but hopefully he will not kill the boss. I would like somebody else to get the experience for that. But anyway, this is our first example of a class change. We've seen pre-promotes, but we've not seen the class change itself. This is something that is very, very important and very vital to what can make your units or break your units. So first and foremost, they'll look a lot different. Their attack animations can change. It kind of depends. Oscar's is about the same, but he goes from a Lance Knight into a Paladin. All the different Knight types will actually get this. As you can see, he gets plus stats in almost everything, which will quite often be plus 2 or 3, and occasionally you'll also get a new specialization. In Oscar's case, you've got really one of two options here. He's got a weakness to axes because he's a lance user, so you can either pick swords or the bows. I would not recommend the axe. I would say sword or bow. Bow will allow him to use a ranged attack besides having a javelin, and there's also a special thing that if you're using Boyd, Rolf, and Oscar called the triangle attack. If you want that, then you can use the bow as well. Since I'm not actually going to be using the triangle attack, since I'm not using Boyd, that's not really that big of a deal. So it's kind of up to the player for this one. There is another bow knight that I'll be getting later, and honestly, I'm probably going to stick to lances for the most part with him, but either way, I am still going to go with bows for him. Really, the only one I would not recommend would be axes, because Oscar's really just does not need the extra power. He's usually fine without it. Okay, he's probably going to attack twice, Oscar is, but I doubt he's going to kill him. Mostly because he's a general and he's got over 40 health. Yeah, no, not even close. Thank goodness I didn't want him to either. Okay, other phase. Okay, the first thing I need to do is direct these guys to actually escape. All you have to do is put the target on the escape thing. They'll know to escape by themselves. Okay. Now, Oscar does not have anything that I need right now. At this point, I'm going to allow him to escape because I do not want him getting the experience. He does not have a door key or chest key, which you will want the chest keys for these additional ones. So I'm going to go ahead and have him leave. Leaf does have a chest key, so we'll keep her around. Mia is the next candidate for doing this correctly. Let's see. That'll bring him down to what, 13? 13? Well, no, not that. 13 from there. 13 minus 7 would be 6. Rolf's probably not going to be able to do that much, is he? 3. Didn't think so. How about Soren? I'm not going to attack here, but 10. So 14. What did we say here? 11? Okay, yeah, that'll actually work. Yeah, that should work. Okay. Yeah, I knew Mia was going to get the snot kicked out of her with that attack, but what are you going to do? Let's heal her back up. If for whatever reason this guy survives, I don't want him killing Mia. This also gets a level out of that, so that works out pretty nicely as well. You might be wondering why Mist gets strength upgrades. In case you didn't remember it from before, or I didn't mention it from before, she actually gets swords upon promotion. It's very useless, but she does get it. So, fair warning about that. I would not recommend it. There are magic-based swords that she would be halfway decent with, but you have to get her to a very high weapon level. This guy also has no skills, just in case you're wondering. He doesn't have anything that will counterattack you. Alright, very nice. That should get Rolf a level. Oh yeah, easily. Easily. Yeah, okay. This is something I was going to talk about. See, 23 plus 2. It's not very often, and I've only seen it happen with a couple characters, but it is possible to get plus 2 in your HP stat, not counting a class change. I've seen it happen with Rolf, with Leith, with Mordecai, with Ike, and with one other character that we have not seen. It is possible. It's very, very uncommon, though. Do not rely on getting that a lot. I'm surprised Rolf got it, to be honest. I'm glad he did, but it's actually very much a surprise that he did. So, actually, Ike, what do you have? You don't have a chest key or anything? No, you don't. We can't have him escape, though, because if he escapes, then the level ends. So, Leith, go ahead and grab whatever's in here. Steel Lance. Okay, that's not bad. It's not good, though. Does anybody else have an item like a chest key? I do not believe so. And Oscar didn't have one, I know that for a fact. Okay. So everybody else at this point can escape after Mist heals them. Oh, Volk, right. And this chest is a short axe. This is basically a stronger version of the hand axe. It's a little bit more inaccurate, but if you're training an axe user, it's a pretty good thing to have. As long as they got decent accuracy, they should be able to use it pretty well. This should be a javelin, which we've already seen those before. At this point, we can just have everybody escape. Sorry if you wanted to read that. She basically said, "Phew, I'm glad I made it. I didn't think I was going to." Leith, you can escape. Soren, you can escape. I'll heal both of you guys while Volk's getting the chest. And while the allies are escaping as well. You can escape. Kieran should be able to get out. I don't know if Braum will be able to. Nephany probably will. Yep. She just barely made it. I think, if I remember correctly, Braum's got 1 less movement than Nephany. What's his movement? 5? Yeah, I think Nephany's got 6 as a soldier, so I think she's got 1 more movement than he does. Counter, that is a very, very pointless skill. I hate counter. It's stupid. We'll talk about it next at the start of the next level. It's really dumb, though. For anybody that's played Awakening on Lunatic mode, it might be Lunatic Plus, a lot of the enemy units have counter, which is really stupid, which, like I said, I'll explain why next chapter. It's really dumb. Okay. Volk, you don't need healing, right? Knight doesn't either. I know the allies don't. Okay, so we wait for Braum to leave, then we can make the other 3 leave. Other fairies, doesn't matter. Alright guys, let's get out of here. Yeah, Volk doesn't say anything. Alright, let's go. Very nice. So, now you get a little bit of a conversation between the people that you freed. First of all, we've got Kieran, who already knows who Alencia is. He mentioned this in the conversation with Oscar. He serves under General Geoffrey. No, it is not Jeffrey. In the sequel to this game, there is not voice acting, but there is a narrator. He pronounces it Geoffrey. It is, in fact, Geoffrey, not Jeffrey. I know this for a fact. But he was the part of the platoon that was escorting Alencia away from the palace, so that's why he knows about Alencia. The tears, the manly tears were shed. Are there any others? Did anyone other stuff? Yeah, he was the only one that actually got captured, which is kind of funny. But yeah, General Geoffrey, several of the soldiers fought off against the Dain attack and they were able to slip away. So the only person they lost besides Kieran was the person they were supposed to escort. That's kind of sad. But whatever. Yeah, Geoffrey is still alive. He is playable in this game. You will not see him for a while, though. And he's not very good either. Kieran's an interesting unit. I've used him a couple times, but we'll talk about Kieran later on, because everybody with the exception of Sephron is going to join us. So these two are Braum and Nephany. They're actually from the same town. They're both basically not really farm hands. They own a farm. Not together, but they both own separate farms. They're surprisingly good units in the sequel to this game. They're both really good, actually. But yeah, they're country militiamen, or women, as the case would be with Nephany. Braum is obviously a knight unit, in case you couldn't tell. Just like Gautry. So yeah, they really only are trying to make sure that their country is safe and that their people are safe. And they agree to stand by Alencia because they obviously approved of how her father ruled, and she plans to rule the exact same way. So they're both in. And lastly we have Sephron. So yeah, this is why he got jailed, was because of these two. He was treating their wounds, and that's why he got in trouble for it. Are you aiding crime? Yeah, this is a very interesting thing. Sephron will come up later. So if you came across a wounded person, could you ignore his plight? Normally, no, I could not, but in times like these where it means risking my own life, it's tough to say. However, faced with such a choice, a man such as yourself would not hesitate. Faced with an individual in pain, you would act instinctively. Your body would not wait for the command. I'm sure we meet again. Yeah, we will meet again. There's much more story to be had with him in both this game and the sequel. And last, we have Volk. So yeah, he's going to be in the general area. But what this means is basically he's joined your group flat out. You've hired him, therefore he's part of your group. You sparked my curiosity. Besides, no, we'll just leave it at that. I like this. This is one of my favorite conversations. We can almost certainly have need of this man's talents. He's a dubious character at best, but at least we know his motives. Everything begins and ends with gold. He'll be easy to control. Soren, he's standing right there. I don't think he minds. And he really does not care. He knows it's the truth. So let him come or refuse his request. Obviously, we are going to let him join. Call him if you need anything. Yeah, we'll be needing more treasure chest opens very, very shortly. I believe there's one in the next chapter. First the thief and then that monk. What a odd band of characters you betray. Yeah, isn't that the truth? Now we're gonna just press on just like that Reliant K song. Yeah, see, that's the ally escaped bonus right there. Didn't get a high clear bonus, but the other two were pretty decent. But, I mean, it's just a clear bonus. That's just for beating the level. You would have gotten that regardless. Turns to clear. We could have done it faster, but, you know, that was too bad. I really thought those guys would take the bait, but they did not. So, that ends things for Chapter 10. Thank you guys for watching. This has been Pimp Marthroy with Let's Play Fire Emblem Path of Radiance. And I will see you guys for the next chapter, which if I recall, it's either the next chapter or the one after that that has got one very, very obnoxious thing in it. But we'll see that when we get to it, alright? See you guys then.